right, welcome back here to Valley View High School. Getting ready for our MVCC Game of the Week Varsity Edition. It's going to be the 6-2 Valley View Spartans hosting the 5-3 Oakwood Lumberjacks. Jeff, really quick on the visiting side, Oakwood, who do we have to watch out for and why?
Well, on the Oakwood side of the ball, you're looking at Will Maxwell, a smooth 6'4", shooting sophomore. And this kid can really do everything with his size, Jared. What about you?
You're going to have to watch out for the transfer, Keon Wright. He transferred in from Fairmont in the offseason, coming in averaging 13.6 points a game, shooting 50% from the court, 47% from the free throw line, and just under 27% from behind the arc. So that one's going to be one to watch out. And on the Valley View side, how about you?
We live in the greatest country in the world with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served our country to defend the freedoms we enjoy, we ask gentlemen to remove your hats and stand for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. As the host of tonight's game, the athletic department.
Jeff, really quick before the starting lineups, what about the Spartans? Who do we have to watch out for tonight?
Well, we're looking at the Valley View Spartans. You're looking at the 6'5" Troy Coulter. Now, he doubles as a wide receiver for the Spartans, and he is the best wide receiver in the Southwestern Buckeye League. Best believe it, Jared. And not only that, he is a defensive menace with this Valley View Spartan squad. So we'll see him in full effect tonight. How about yourself, Jared?
You're going to have to watch JT Ferguson coming in, averaging just under 16 points a game. Excellent ball handler on the court. Almost a 3-to-1 turnover to assist to turnover ratio. So Ferguson's going to be the floor general leading the Spartans. But side note for you, Coulter coming in, averaging a double-double. That's something hard to do in the Southwest Buckeye League, average a double-double.
Yeah, and his size, his length is just something to behold. He's top 5 in steals, leader in blocks, second in rebounds. So there you go, Jared.
6-foot junior, number 1, Keon Wright. 6-foot senior, number 2, Dan Flannery. 6-foot senior, number 4, Jack Epley. 6'4" sophomore, number 23, Will Maxwell. And 6'4" senior, number 33, Jack Lyman. Head coach for the Lumberjacks is Paul Stone. Assistant coaches, John LaFleur and Julian Gressler. And now, for the Valley View Spartans. Senior, number 1, Billy Ruth. A junior, number 2, JT Ferguson. A senior, number 15, Ben Owens. A senior, number 24, Blake Setzer. And senior, number 32, Troy Coulter. Head coach for Valley View is Butch Stidham. Assistant coaches Rick Pefferly, Zach Denny, and Devin Stoutenborough.
All right, here we go, just about ready for tip-off. It's going to be number 23, Will Maxwell, going up against number 24, Blake Setzer for the Actually, Troy Coulter for the Spartans for the opening tip. And we are underway as Valley View wins the opening tip in our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. You see Owens dribbles around cross-court pass to Caruth. Kick out to Ferguson.
And very urgent defense from the Lumberjacks as you see that zone's in full effect. And that varsity zone's a lot more intense, Jared, I'll tell you what.
Pass in low, poked away. Somehow corrals it. Caruth thought about the three but lost the handle.
Oh, good pass.
What a pass there by Caruth to the wide open.
But how about the physicality of this zone by Oakwood? Wow, they are coming out right on body to body.
Not allowing a pass inside.
And they're in every lane possible. Moving with the ball very excellently. Coulter, kick out to the corner.
Ferguson's three on the way. No good, and a rebound there for number 4.
Stellar defense from the Lumberjacks early.
Epley has it at the top of the key.
And Jack Epley is a kid we talked about before the game, Jared. 13 points a game, but 40% from deep.
Wright's going to drive in, kicks it out in the corner for Flannery, and his three is good.
Flannery with the swish. And he has been a great alternative scorer this season, Jared. He is 4th to that big three, shooting 28% from 3 this season. Gets an early one there.
After this game, Valley View's going to have to change these nets. They swish up and stick on top of the rim every time, and it's going to cause a delay of game.
That's something you don't see often, a net problem.
Now Oakwood back on defense in that 3-2 or 2-3 zone.
Really Caruth to the high post.
And that one's thrown away. Caruth. What a save by Caruth going out of bounds. Maxwell on the court.
And Stetzer lays out for it.
Jump ball, and it's going to be in favor of Oakwood.
Great heads-up play by Will Maxwell.
Maxwell getting down and dirty on the court, trying to get that one. Tried to wrestle away from Setzer.
And he is the leading scorer, one of the premium prospects of this Southwestern Buckeye League, Jared. He could be a great player.
Epley in the corner.
Keon Wright, top of the key.
Wright's going to drive, kicks out Flannery again. Can't answer.
No good.
But Maxwell
good rebound.
Altering that, and Caruth comes away with it. Caruth down low to Setzer.
And how about that pass? Billy Caruth on the break.
Caruth came down court so quickly, he almost just had to hand it off.
And he is a nice complementary piece to this Valley View team. Good wing out there.
Right in the corner for 3, hits the back of the iron. Ferguson comes away with a rebound for the Spartans.
And you talked about it before the game, Jared. Keon Wright just has it.
Almost saved that one from the poke.
Great play in the lane by Epley. But as I was saying, Keon Wright really hasn't been the same since that initial burst after the season. He's shooting 11 of 41 from the three-point line. Blake Stetzer in the high post. And I like how they operate from that free throw line with the big men, Jared. There's a lot of options from that point in the offense.
Off the glass is good for Coulter.
And there you see the big senior getting involved. Valley View's pride and joy, Troy Coulter.
Dump off down low, a lot of contact.
And good foul by Caruth. He got up there, but ultimately some contact to the head up there.
And they're going to give it to Blake Setzer, actually.
And if there's anyone you want at the line for the Lumberjacks, it's probably Jack Plyman. They're middle of the pack, 6th in free throw percentage in the Southwestern Buckeye League, but Jack Plyman is their center. He's there for size. He's definitely not there to shoot free throws. So good play by Caruth, forcing him to the line.
Plyman makes the second one.
1 of 2. And Jared, this is going to be a tough one. We knew that from the jump. The JV game even gave us more hope.
Plyman tied it up, ball up in the air. Ferguson corrals it, hands it off to Owens. Ferguson's 3 is no good. And Epley, little man getting in there, getting a rebound. Kicks it over to Wright. And now Wright back out to Epley. Epley, don't know if he lost the handle on that going up or not.
It's kind of a bailout there. He tried to make the drive, draw the contact, realized he wasn't going to be able to halfway up. Jack Epley.
You hear Stidham yelling down on the
Yes.
court.
Stidham is, I think he's yelling for ball pressure as you see
What a-
Valley View clamp up a little bit. And there's that kid, Troy Coulter, once again. You're going to see that sight right there, Jared, a lot of times tonight. He's an animal in the lanes. He's just a defensive menace all around. He uses that wide receiver length and those broad shoulders. Flannery kicked to Maxwell.
Maxwell's going to shoot a 3. Hits the iron.
He's the leading scorer. Finally took a shot. He's 5 of 25 on the three-point line for the season so far.
And that one's going to go back as Ferguson threw that one. Or
Five-
that was actually
5 of 22, excuse me. Will Maxwell, great player, a lot of potential, leading scorer for this team, but he still needs to fill out some things, and the jump shot's one of them, Jared.
You got to think he's only into his 8th game as a sophomore. Last year he came on fire late in the season for the Lumberjacks.
Oakwood drew up a play there. Let's see if it works out for him. Some off-ball movement, but not a lot. Maxwell in the corner, he passes it up.
Right now, over in the far corner. Cross-court pass.
Troy Coulter once again. And there may I speak of it again. Getting it done, averaging 1.7 steals on the season.
Down low to Maxwell. Maxwell turnaround shot is no good. Offensive putback by Plyman's no good either.
It's a rebound by Owens. Another wide receiver on this
Down
Valley
low
View
to
squad.
Setzer, out to Caruth. Now Ferguson almost lost the handle on it. Gives it over to Owens. Caruth's going to drive in. Down low
Tried
to
the last
Setzer,
second pass. Setzer,
and Setzer throws it away.
he tried to get it back out. Valley View, they all thought it was for someone else.
2:49 left in the first quarter. Oakwood's going to have a couple changes come in. You're going to have 0 Sam Steck and number 3 Jason Hu come into the game for Plyman and
Flannery.
Flannery.
So getting some early rotation for the Oakwood Lumberjacks. Scores even at 4, and you got 2 of the toughest defenses in all of the Southwestern Buckeye League. This is what you're going to get, Jared. The 3rd and 4th in points allowed.
Epley can't answer back with that deep 3.
Owens.
Gives it off to Gibbs.
High post Ferguson 3.
That
And
was
that's
way off
An
mark.
air ball. Great
Epley with
closeout.
another rebound.
It's a good closeout by Keon Wright.
Down low to Sam
Whoa.
Steck. That one was denied by Owens. Was that Owens or Coulter?
Yeah, that was Ben Owens. Came up from behind. Exceptional defense from Valley View early. Just cannot get a bucket.
JT Ferguson swinging it back out. You would think that's a mix match. Maxwell on him. And a foul's going to be called. I believe that's going to be on Sam Stack.
Stack or Who, they were both down there. Looked like Who took a slight elbow to the face there, too. Nothing worse than that.
See, he's rubbing his jaw as he comes away from that. Free throws up and good for Setzer.
Big buckets. And I have a feeling this is going to be a real grinded out kind of game, Jared.
Not going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
This might, if we're lucky, we might get to the 50s.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a shootout by any measures.
So under 2
Epley,
minutes
Valley
left.
View is all over Oakwood's game plan.
And they're just sitting in a 2-3 zone.
They have everybody in the same side. I don't know what's going
Maxwell
on.
kick out to Epley. Kick over to right. His deep 3 is
Good.
good.
It works
Keon
out.
Wright.
The Oakwood Lumberjacks somehow make something out of that play. It looked very scattered at the beginning.
Well, if you're going to leave him out there, you might as well try and take a shot, see if you can get it if you're the Lumberjacks. And they do from that deep 3 by Keon Wright.
As I said, not the most consistent three-point shooter, but he knows how to fill up the bucket, Jared. That's for sure. We've seen
That's
that the
what you
last
say.
couple years at Fairmont.
You say stats don't matter when you're in the game. It's just what you do in the game.
Yes, sir.
Ferguson left wide open, now guarded by Who. Kicks out to Gibbs, now over to Owens. And Oakwood's defense here still playing pretty good. Gibbs,
Very
that's
stellar.
a hop, skip, and a jump. That's a travel, but they're going to call it a jump ball.
Sam Stack had the contest there.
You see Noah Riley come into the game for the Spartans.
This defense by the Oakwood Lumberjacks could not be tougher here at the beginning of the game, Jared.
53 seconds left and counting. Valley View just content with swinging it around the outside of the three-point line. Drive here by Ferguson.
Oh,
Can't
wow.
and that was a blow-by drive by Maxwell. Kicks
Valley
up
View's
court.
leading scorer cannot put the open layup in.
Kick over to Epley. Epley's three on the way. Hits the front of the iron, no good. Up court pass to Owens.
Open
he
layup,
gets
and
the bucket.
They get that one, Jared.
Ties it up at 7 with 25 seconds left here in the first quarter.
The story of this game so far, Troy Coulter and Ben Owens. Their ferocity has just created another tone to this team. Valley View getting into the game.
Right, the ball with 10 seconds left. Kicks it back over to Epley.
They're playing the trap heavily.
Maxwell,
From the corner.
His three is
in.
good.
Will Maxwell. The full court shot no good from Owens, but how about the two late first quarter threes from Oakwood? That pretty much writes the story of the first quarter, other than that stingy defense, Jared.
Yeah, Oakwood 3 for 4 from behind the arc.
Yeah, and Oakwood, I think they have a good opportunity for the wing-to-wing pass. You see the guy at the top of the key. There's two guys at the wing. You swing it across the wing, back to the top of the key, and you get one of them in the corner.
That's really only how Oakwood's been able to score.
Yeah, rather
three three-pointers and then a free throw by Plyman.
Rather simple concept. They need to get some more space in the perimeter. That's why I was just,
But so far, I mean, Valley View's defense has stepped up on the defensive end, and really Oakwood's has applied enough pressure, forced 3 turnovers that quarter.
Yeah. The three-point shot, it was falling at the end of the quarter, but if they get more open looks, those two looks were moderately contested. If they can get some space in the perimeter, maybe with some cross-court passes, some deception to that zone, I think this game could really go differently, Jared.
If I'm Oakwood, I mean, I would maybe try setting up, put Maxwell in the middle of that paint at the free throw line. He's one of the best for sure passers.
Yeah.
Let him pass it back in and out.
Yeah, Will Maxwell, very skilled. Second in assist on the team.
Who kicks it back out to Epley over right in the corner.
There we go. Getting the wings involved.
Epley drives. Maxwell
in the corner. Oh,
Can't
and
get
it
that
rims
one.
out.
What a rebound there by Wright.
Fantastic hustle.
Keon Wright came
More
in
physical
and
play.
crashed
Sam
those
Stack hustling is the lumber.
Epley gets the defender in the air. He can't get the and one, but Oakwood 3 offensive rebounds, and they're going to go to the line for 2.
And those aren't the type of offensive rebounds that just bounce to you, Jared. They went and got it. They slashed into the lanes. They
Keon
boxed
Wright,
out.
He come out from the three-point line and flew in.
And then to make the split-second decision in the air to pass it to the right person. Just an all-around exceptional hustle play from Keon Wright.
And then Epley got Setzer and Riley in the air.
Very savvy play by the Oakwood Lumberjacks, and they cashed both of the free throws in. Jack Epley ain't no joke on the line. He's 74% so far this year.
Different defense here from Oakwood coming out. Now they're going to switch. Now they're going to play a 3-2 zone.
Coulter baseline.
I thought he stepped out there.
Really crowded in that paint. Definitely need to space it out down there.
Kick out to Caruth. Caruth's going to drive in, spin move. Ball altered by Maxwell.
How about the defense from the Lumberjacks? Just really predicting the lanes, sliding in there so they can't drive.
And they're blocking the passing lanes, too.
Yeah, getting in front of their man. A lot of good hustle from Oakwood so far here.
And really, the last couple trips, Valley View has kind of been sitting down and not really moving. I mean, you see here, Coulter's not really moving. There he does move. Riley's going to shoot a 3. Hits the back of the iron. Offensive rebound.
Troy Coulter extending the possession for the Spartans.
But see, every time they come down on the offensive end for the Spartans, Coulter's just sitting at the free throw line. He's not moving.
jump ball. Look at the Lumberjacks defense, Jared.
They're going to call him in. They call him in the act of shooting.
Wow. What a controversial call.
These must be the same refs from the JV game.
And here comes the leading scorer who has yet to get it going tonight, JT Ferguson. Sinks the first one. Not a lot of misses expected from Ferguson on the line. 72% for the year.
2 for 2 makes it a 3-point game.
Both swishes, and we'll see if that can get him going tonight, Jared. He really needs to get some buckets for the Spartan squad.
Right, tries to drive in.
Billy Caruth all over on the perimeter defense.
They'll kick it back over to Epley.
Keon Wright.
What a dish off. High off the glass for Epley, or Kleiman, sorry.
And you get a little stop and go and then a quick first step. Keon Wright created that play.
Well, took the screen from who around his defender, Caruth.
Wow. Maxwell
forces that one.
Epley coming down.
Numbers, Epley's going to take
Taking
it
it up,
himself.
and it's in. Jack Epley.
Epley has 4 points in the game.
Quite a crafty finish at the rim against a taller defender, Jared.
I was surprised Epley didn't pass it there.
Ferguson.
Can't get that one to fall. Maxwell blocks that
Blocked
one,
by
takes it
Will
away.
Maxwell.
And
Good
now-
steal by Coulter. That's the second steal of the night for Troy Coulter. Expect a lot of that, Jared.
And Valley View calls a timeout, 5:31, a 30-second timeout.
The Spartans really struggling to get past this Oakwood defense. And I'm not sure if it's because their offense is stagnant or the Lumberjacks are that good. I think it's a little bit of both right now, Jared. And Butch Stidham is really making the defense a point, but at the same time, you got to score those
Got to work
buckets.
on the offensive end. You got to get those drives in to fall.
And one thing I noticed is they have two forwards in the paint at all times. So let's try to get another forward out, setting some off-ball screens, getting some off-ball movement. Let Troy Coulter eat down there. That's his area. That's his work.
Well, so far from what I've noticed, he's not moving from the free throw line on the offensive end, and that's something he needs to do. He needs to move around. Even if he's setting screens, you're helping the game.
And you just don't see that sense of urgency yet from the Spartans offense. Still kind of just moving around, trying to let Oakwood give them something.
See there again, Coulter not really moving around.
I don't think the Lumberjacks are going to give the Spartans anything. I think they're going to have to take it. Post spin, hesitation, it's in. And you see, once you space out that interior, Troy Coulter has all that space.
Maxwell's going to drive.
Will Maxwell draws the foul. And great awareness by Maxwell, knowing that he's surrounded, knowing that he has the lane, knowing that he can draw the foul.
Foul's on Riley.
Noah Riley has been a good plug piece here for this Spartans defense, but he'll come out the game.
We'll talk back about Coulter's last bucket. I mean, when Valley View cleared the thing out, they didn't have but two guards in the paint to guard Coulter when he went up for that. Look for the Spartans to maybe do that again this next possession.
And watch out, that Spartans have brought in sophomore guard Braden Gibbs, so we'll see how that goes. Jump ball. Looks like it's going to go to the Spartans. And the Lumberjacks with the press now, switching up the defense, so we'll see how the Spartans react. Gibbs bringing it up. The sophomore just got out of the game for the first time tonight. Almost has it stolen. Good on-ball defense by Dan Flannery. And the Lumberjacks are really setting the tone for this game on defense, Jared. Caruth trying to create some separation.
He's got to watch that drive step. He almost traveled
Ferguson
there.
from the wing.
Kicks it back out to Owens.
Great defense by Wright, not giving the leading scorer any room to work at all.
It's going to go. They're going to call it tipped. It's going to stay with the Spartans.
Good communications by the refs. They really got on top of that fast. And that's what good referee works look like. You don't want to see the guys officially in your game looking confused.
Caruth in the corner.
And you see Coulter, you see Owens both in that paint. You need to let Coulter work down there. You got to. Caruth in the high
down low at
post.
the free throw line.
In the post, Caruth does a couple
lot of
dream
moving.
shakes, passes it back out. Gibbs.
Almost a travel there.
Caruth takes the three. No good.
Coulter
Troy
with the
Coulter,
board.
big offensive board, and big putback. Troy Coulter.
Cuts it to a 3-point game.
Let that man work inside. Flannery from the corner once again.
Can't
No
get the
good.
three, but Plyman crashing the boards.
And that's why you got that big man down there, Jared.
Kick over right in the corner. Wright's going to shoot a three. And it's nothing but net for
And
Keon Wright.
He has looked exceptional tonight. The transfer from Fairmont.
True 2 threes. I think that's the same spot he shot the one earlier. 6 point in the game for Wright.
Gibbs around the screen. Owens for the three.
Can't answer back.
No
on his own.
good.
Wright comes away with the rebound. Who pushing it up court. Kicks over to Maxwell. Flannery almost saved it from going out of bounds.
Good effort, but just some miscommunication there from the Oakwood. Nonetheless, Lumberjacks up 6, but he has played really well tonight, Jared.
Yes.
He's one of the reasons why they're winning.
Caruth has that ball low to the ground. Who could have poked it away if he wanted to?
Ruth trying to find something to go to the ball. And Butch Stidham calls a timeout of frustration. You can see the way he grabs that clipboard. He's not happy, Jared.
No, I kind of want to see if he's going to slam it down or something.
Well, you see, they're down 6 in their home stadium, and their offense is moving stagnantly. I definitely feel the frustration.
They've got to get something going here.
Well, and you can only imagine because Butch Stidham, they're the higher team on the overall board. They're 3-1 in conference play. They should not be down 6 here. And I understand his frustration because he's seeing everything that's going on. There's men that are open for slight little seconds, and if they can find him, they can change the game.
But see, I was watching the Valley View timeout. Not one time did he draw on that board to draw up a play.
Oh, yeah. So probably just touching with fundamentals, honestly. Touching with the game plan. And one thing you got to do if you're Valley View here is get JT Ferguson open. Give that man some space. Hasn't really been able.
Only 2 free throws in this game so
yeah,
far.
and no really competent looks either. Keon Wright's been all over him, so let's see if we can get JT. He's out of the game right now, but once he comes back in, you
onto
can.
the court for the Lumberjacks.
Oh, no, there he is.
There's
Top
a
of the key,
hard
Ferguson.
screen. Right with
No
a board
good.
over Caruth for the Lumberjacks.
Jack Epley driving baseline, runs into Coulter.
Flannery fakes
Good
it.
rotation.
Maxwell drives, kicks it out.
Great defense by Ben Owens. A really strong frame from number 15. He'll keep you at bay.
Epley's drive, kicks out.
Maxwell,
three.
Wing.
No
good. Braden Gibbs with the board.
Maxwell's three just doesn't, his shot doesn't look like it has anything on it.
Oh my goodness. Billy Caruth.
But talking about Maxwell's 3 shot, it doesn't look, there's not much of an arc. The ball's not really moving. It's not end over end revolution. It's kind of just gliding through the air. He's going to
Step back. He's looking for the point of attack. From 3 off the screen, no good.
Right with a rebound for the Lumberjacks.
Epley scanning the defense.
Epley's going to drive in, stops.
Gets baseline. Good bailout.
Plyman saves that one, splits the
Jack
defenders.
Plyman gets it stolen by Coulter. 3rd steal in the game. Troy Coulter is really, he's playing his heart out right now.
90 seconds left in the first half.
Caruth in the corner.
He's turned it
No
over
one
the last
near him.
2 times.
Coulter down low alone. Tries
Good no
to
call
draw
there
the
by the
foul.
ref. Good no call there by the ref. Epley spin move on Caruth.
And they're going to call the foul. Billy Caruth tried to stay away, but good job by Jack Epley drawing the foul, but Caruth has to be frustrated going to the sideline. As Stidham is preaching to his senior.
Maxwell was almost held there, it looked like, by
Keon Wright stops for the 3, and it's in! Oakwood is rolling here tonight in Valley View, up 9 points here with 1 minute left in the second quarter, Jared.
The transfer from Fairmont, 3 for 3 from behind the arc. It's going to stay with the Spartans.
And I don't understand why that wasn't a call right there, Jared. I think he might have fouled him as he going up.
I don't know. The refs are letting a lot more go in here early. See if they'll tighten that up in the second half.
Coulter.
Free throw line jumper is no good. Offensive rebound.
Great offensive rebound by Riley. Gibbs in the corner. No good again. Valley View can't buy a bucket, but they hustle for the board.
And I think Epley's going to be called for the hold there.
Good job drawing the foul. But there's no free throws yet, Jared. They still got to find the bottom of that basket.
Jason Who's going to check in for Epley.
And that'll be 2 fouls early on Epley. Something to look at.
Coulter almost had to turn over. He's going to drive.
Euro step, no good. But they call that a foul. That's. So good job by Troy Coulter getting up there, drawing the contact, finds himself at the line.
I'm going to have to look at the officials' book at halftime, see what a foul is and what a foul isn't.
Been something different. Troy Coulter cannot make the first one. The Spartans offensively just
stagnant, like you said.
They are just not flowing at all. Cannot buy a bucket. 2 free throws, no good. And you gotta just slightly think about bringing Cade Wallace in the game here, Jared.
I don't know. See how how the Oakwood here.
It's very hot, very hot. They're taking a lot of threes, not getting a lot of space. You got to get a good shooter in there. Maybe get some rhythm going.
8 seconds left in the half. Who has it? Kicks it over to Wright. 3 seconds left. Wright gonna have to get a shot.
Keon, 1 second, and it's no good. But the player of the half still, Keon Wright, leads his Lumberjacks to a 22-13 lead going into this first half of the MVCC Varsity Game of the Week, Jared. This has been phenomenal.
This one's been a tightly contested first half. Definitely going to be an interesting second half. See if the adjustments are made.
The scoreboard doesn't tell the full story, I'll tell you that.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.
Think about it. It was 19-13 with about 3 minutes left. 2 or 3 minutes left. Score at the end of the first was like 16-11, I think. I think it was. I forget the score at the end of the first quarter, man. I gotta say, I'm just excited to be back here, man. This is such a rush. I love this. I could do this for a long time. Dude, this kid has a mask on. He's shooting right now. I'm literally so done with the world. Let this little man take his mask off, dude. He's just shooting basketball. You just let 25 kids doing the same thing put it on a mask. I would have been canceled before I even got up there, though.
All right, welcome back here. Getting ready to start the second half of our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. Oakwood currently leading Valley View 22-13. Jeff, what adjustments does Valley View had to have talked about at halftime to hopefully they can correct in the second half?
Well, Jared, the two clear differences I see in the team is from Valley View, I see a lack of spacing. So you got Troy Coulter down there, and then you're rotating two different guys who haven't taken threes. So I think once you clear out the space and let Troy Coulter own down low, get another shooter out there. We mentioned Cade Wallace before the half. Get someone in the corner, spread the floor a little bit. I think floor spacing will lead to more offensive fluidity, no doubt.
And for Oakwood, they'll have the ball to start this second half. Oakwood's they haven't been able to get the inside pass working. Maybe look to get to that some more of that this second half. But from what I've said from the beginning, if you put Maxwell at the free throw line and have him passing in and out, he could either pass it out or down low.
Yeah, he's just a smooth player, man. Keon Wright was the story of that first half, man.
3 for 4 from behind the arc, but I'm not going to count that last one as really an attempt. It was at the buzzer. Had to force it. Wright's going to drive in, kicks out to Flannery.
And not only that, you have plays like that where he can cut into the
Epley drive, going to go to the line for 2.
Good physical play by Owens there, just slipped up a little bit. But Keon Wright, not only does he have those 3 threes, Jared, he's getting inside of the Valley View defense, creating plays from there. He's getting the defenders off balance. He's hustling. You saw those rebounds where he just swoops in. So number one's really making the difference in this game so far.
Setzer's going to go to the line. That was his 3rd foul. Riley's going to check into the game for the Spartans.
And not only that, is you usually got Billy Caruth out there at the wing, and he's shooting 14% from 3 on the season before tonight. So really need to get some more perimeter play out there.
Right.
Great steal by Keon Wright. Can't pick it up.
Well, it was on the floor.
Fumbles it a little bit. JT Ferguson circulating the perimeter again.
Kick it around now, Riley. Kicks it back out to Owens. But you see, Oakwood's content with them passing it around the three-point line. Nothing down low.
Almost gets it in.
Flannery tips that one away.
Yeah, great defense. And Oakwood Lumberjacks continue the trend into the second half, Jared. This defense is just smothering.
If Flannery didn't tap it, I think Maxwell might have had a turnover there.
You got Coulter down low.
No shot.
And you see, there's 2 defenders down there, Jared, because they can. Just simply because they can. They need more spacing.
Maxwell's going to drive, loses it, fouled. That foul's on 32, Troy Coulter. They're going to call that in the act of shooting?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Butch Stidham had a couple sign language words for the ref. He said, the ref went.
Maxwell's first one's up and good. Maxwell's 4th point of the game.
Yeah, Will Maxwell hasn't really been scoring as well as he has all season. The leading scorer for Oakwood, almost 16 points a game. But still making a difference, being there, making good decisions on the offensive side of the ball as well.
And defensively, he's really shut down Coulter.
Oh, yeah. That length, they can have Plyman and Maxwell down there, and because of the spacing of the Valley View Spartans, they don't really have to do anything about it.
Riley pull up just inside the free throw line.
And they get it. Valley View's first bucket in, I believe, almost 5 minutes of gameplay.
Epley kicks it over. Cross court to Flannery. Flannery got his defender in the air. Gets it again twice in the air. Wright thought about it, kicks it back out to Epley. Epley spin move pass, and they're going to call him for the travel.
It took one too many steps. I saw the last step was the travel.
I said we might be lucky if we get to 50. I'd say first one to 40 and a boat race wins.
Owens tries to circulate the ball, telegraphed it though, and Flannery gets a little bit of it.
And this is what we expected, really, a low-scoring defensive battle between these two. Oakwood has stretched it out to a 9-point game. Down low, kicked out Caruth. Caruth on the ground. And Riley back-to-back buckets for the Spartans.
Riley back-to-back buckets, as you said, Jared. Someone's got to get going on this Valley View team.
Flannery from Plyman, no good.
And it stays with Oakwood.
Lumberjacks.
And Ben Owens just fumbled it a little bit after that board.
Flannery's going to set to inbound in front of the Lumberjacks under their own basket. Gets it to
Maxwell from three. No good. Oh, my goodness. Will Maxwell gets the bounce. And that is 8 points for the sophomore stud.
I thought that one was going to, it bounced directly straight up off the iron and back down.
And there you go, you got.
Now it's a 12-point lead here for the Lumberjacks, and this one.
And that's 23 points between 3 players, Jared. Epley, Maxwell, and Wright getting it done. Lumberjacks still up 12 here. But the Spartans are capitalizing a little bit on offense, getting some good short buckets, and hopefully Riley sets up some three-point baskets, some more lanes on offense. They are really struggling here.
Valley View's going to have to be forcing to shoot the three if they don't somehow try to come back into this game. Coming out of the Oakwood timeout. And really, right now, Ferguson just ice cold 2 free throws so far in this game, and that's it.
Yeah, and you can thank Keon Wright for that. For the most part, he has been all over him this game.
Now Wright's going to be on Caruth on this possession.
Ferguson thought he got a little bit of space.
Kicks it back out.
Ferguson's just waiting in the corner. And they don't see him, but they get the bucket.
Owens.
Ben Owens looking for a foul.
Now Valley View needs to set up here on the defensive end, force a turnover. You hear Stidham calling shooter. I don't know which one he's calling shooter for the 4 out of the 5 on the court can shoot for Oakwood right now.
Yeah, and I really think that's the element.
Right in the corner for 3.
No
Hits
good.
the back
Maxwell
what
gets
a
it.
rebound by
goes
Maxwell.
back up, draws the foul.
And he's going to go to the line for 2.
Will Maxwell with the essential hustle at the end of that play. But you see, that's the element that the Spartans are really lacking. They're getting some shooters open, but even when they are, they're not really seeing them because that Oakwood defense with those arms up are really preventing all the lanes right now. So,
second foul on Riley. Maxwell sinks the first.
And what they did on last possession is the difference between these two teams. As you see, Oakwood had a couple different open shots from 3. And the coach is yelling shooter. When on the other side of the defense, they're way more focused on the interior.
Maxwell makes them both. And now you see Maxwell clapping, getting his team hyped up. Corner Ferguson.
2 come to him. Owens is open for 3. They don't see him. Ferguson from the corner. No good.
It's going to stay with the Spartans.
And yet again, they had another open shooter, Jared. Ben Owens sitting there with his arms open. So let's see if the Spartans can see their open man on this possession. Coulter.
Caruth going to drive. That's a bad pass by Caruth.
And you got to wonder what kind of pass that is.
But he's lucky that went off of Wright's foot out of bounds. Billy
Caruth, frustration oozing as he goes to the bench. Spartans retain possession. Got to pass it in quick. Gets it to Gibbs.
Hard screen by Coulter.
Gibbs with 2 defenders on him. Takes the shot anyways.
Epley, he's got to have 10 rebounds in this game. Ooh, you heard the ball pop off of Wright's hands there.
Off of Keon Wright. And I can tell you from playing basketball, Jared, that is not a good feeling. When
nope.
That hits your finger the wrong way.
It can bend it back.
Can do anything. Nonetheless, Valley View gets a free possession. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
They have to here. Riley down
to
low.
Coulter. Ferguson, jumper. Off of the tip-in, no good. Rebound, Riley, back up, and it's good.
Riley's had 6 of the last 8 points for the Spartans.
Yeah, Noah Riley is bringing this team back.
Back to a 10-point game.
31-21, Oakwood dominating so far with their defense and three-point shooting. Keon Wright open.
Thought about that
doesn't take
three.
it. Circulating the perimeter, waiting to get a seam.
Epley back to Wright. Wright down low to Plyman. Back out.
Gets the three,
Epley.
Epley. No good.
Plyman on the putback.
Jack Plyman with the offensive
And
board.
that's just a game of tips.
Wow. And Oakwood's hustle is really drawing the line in the sand.
Ferguson on the
Another
give
one
and go.
for Ferguson, and no
I think
good
Plyman
again.
altered that one. That one looked like it was altered in the air.
Slightly blocked, probably. But nonetheless, the Spartans will get another possession, Jared. And I don't want to know what their field goal percentage is this game.
I bet it's lower than the total of points they have.
And you're looking at the team that's shooting 5th out of 16 in the Southwestern Buckeye League. And so they're not a bad shooting team. The rhythm is just not going tonight. Oakwood's defense is all over them.
Kick out. Owens. Gonna drive on who? Kicks it out.
Coulter going in.
Gibbs.
Gets Gibbs baseline. Cannot get it to Coulter. Oh, stepped on the line.
No, I think they're gonna call Oakwood for a foul.
Oh, call Oakwood for a foul. Interesting, okay. So
Maxwell's first.
Maxwell got a little wrist. Riley. Pass out to Owens, open three. No good again for Valley View. And that has to be frustrating.
That one hit hard off the back of the iron. And Maxwell's going to go to the line for free throws again.
Yeah, great transition run by Maxwell. But on the other end, Jared, Owens, that's probably the best shot they got all night. It's unfortunate to see it pass up.
First one on Owens.
And coming into this game, Valley View is actually shooting better from the three-point line than Oakwood.
Maxwell gets out, first one to roll home.
So definitely got to wonder how Valley View can get that perimeter shooting going.
You see Caruth come back to the scorer's table. Maxwell's second one's up and good. Caruth coming in for Ferguson. I don't know if I agree with that. Ferguson's only had 2 points in the game, but he's still one of your best ball handlers on the court. Caruth has turned it over 5 times.
I think they're just trying to give him a break, but Ben Owens, tough finish inside. Fantastic penetration.
Owens has 6 points in the game. Wright, drive to the paint, off the glass.
Keon Wright, smooth finish. He just glided through that lane.
Under 2 left here in the third quarter. Oakwood has stretched it out to a 14-point game.
Another shot, no good though.
Wright.
Almost got a rhythm there, Jared.
Wright ripped down the rebound. Kick over who in the corner.
That'll make it 40, no good. Riley Caruth running the break. Billy Caruth penetrating and too strong inside. Called for the foul, nothing there.
Epley, Wright, corner 3 on the way.
Keon's off though. Good rebound by Coulter. Caruth on the break again. Got Riley down low, pump fake, and draws the foul from Plyman. Billy Caruth. A little bit of redemption for him. He has been making some mistakes tonight, so. But it feels good to get on that free throw line.
It's Plyman's second foul.
And Jared, you got 9 minutes left in this varsity high school game. And they're down 14, airballing free throws. What can the Spartans do to get back in this game realistically? What do you think the Spartans can realistically do?
They've got to put pressure. They can't let Oakwood come up the court slowly and set up offensively. They've got to, I'm assuming Valley View's going to have to run a full court press maybe. Try it out this last minute 10.
Billy Caruth misses both of them.
Who's going to drive? Kicks it out. Maxwell. Flannery.
Great ball movement by Oakwood all night, still maintaining that through the end of the third quarter. It's 37-23, Jared. The clock's ticking down for the last minute.
And Valley View, right now, they just look gassed defensively. Flannery gives it down low. That
Good steal.
Up court to Coulter.
Beautiful pass.
Riley
up with the basket, and they're only down 12 now, Jared.
Riley, 8 of the last 12 points for the Spartans.
Noah Riley putting a different kind of oomph in this game.
20 seconds left here in the third.
Jack Epley, I think he's going to hold out for the last shot. Billy Caruth on him at the half-court line.
If Valley View can get a
Epley
stop
gets
here.
the first step.
If
Turnover, steal by Coulter.
And who's going to get
that's a foul by Jason Hill. So great steal by Coulter. That's 4 steals in this game. And that's one young man who's playing his heart out regardless of what the score is. Coulter with the screen. Riley driving. Hop step. Takes. Oh, that's it. Ben Owens looking for the foul, but nothing's there. And tough quarter for the Valley View Spartans, Jared.
Going into the fourth quarter, Valley View down 12, 37-25 lead the Lumberjacks. What does Valley View have to do? I mean, they've got a couple stops, but they're not capitalizing.
Yeah, Jared, that was a 15-12 quarter, so a little bit better in Valley View's respect, but they're down 12, and they have to play a tighter defense. Like you said, Jared, you're going to have to rush Oakwood, have them make some mistakes, but then you just got to hit your shots. I think it comes down to that. JT Ferguson has probably missed 7 or 8 perimeter shots now, and then you look at the other guys. Ben Owens, I don't think he's hit a three-pointer. I don't think Valley View's hit a three-pointer this game, actually. When I think about it, maybe one.
It's 1 or 2 maybe,
but
it's
maybe,
not.
But very
not
inefficient.
As many as Oakwood.
Very inefficient from the outside. Questionable decision-making. I feel like once they force Oakwood into a hectic back-and-forth battle, they'll really benefit from that. So.
8 minutes left here in our varsity game of the week. A Southwest Buckeye League showdown between the Spartans and the Lumberjacks.
Back in for the Lumberjacks, number 1, Keon Wright.
You saw Stidham take his time in that huddle. Down 12, huge rivalry game. The Lumberjacks are below Valley View in the standings, so this victory will be huge for Oakwood. If the Valley View comes back, this will be one of the best comebacks, possibly the past 5 years. No contact on the play. Ferguson misses another one, and Stidham is livid on the sideline.
He's got to watch out. Don't get a technical called against you.
In his defense, it definitely looked like some contact down there.
I agree, but you got to keep your cool.
Keon Wright with the back door.
Jeez. Backdoor offense there.
Great design from Oakwood. You saw Plyman leave the paint. Keon Wright cut at the perfect time.
And Caruth turns it over again. And Stidham quickly pulls Caruth off the court.
And Billy Caruth, you're looking at about 4 or 5 turnovers now. Just having not a good game at all.
It could even be more than that. Epley's going to bring the ball up the court. Now, see, this is if you're Valley View defensively, you got to put people on the ball. Make them bring the ball up the court quicker than this.
Oh my goodness,
with a blow by,
Wright
lost it, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
That jab step was so nasty, Jared.
Owens' second foul.
At the line for Oakwood, Keon Wright, shooting 2.
He goes blue past the defense there. And that guy, that's the story of the game right there.
Right.
He led the Lumberjacks in the first half. Got a couple of clutch buckets here, but for the most part, just playing excellent defense, creating shots for others.
Right, second one up is good.
And it has to wonder here, Jared, if Keon Wright would have got this attention at Fairmont, you know?
Ferguson left alone.
First three of the night for JT, and it falls, Jared. And that right there could change the pendulum of the entire game. Still 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
12-point game.
And that right there, number 2, he's the bucket getter. You can
And
get
see,
him
look,
in space.
I told you, they had to come up and play full court press.
Epley didn't know how to react at first. Now surging up the court is the Lumberjacks. Keon Wright at the top of the key. He's been the playmaker all night. 14 points so far in the game. He's going to take his time.
He's going to drive, kicks it out. Who? Going to drive baseline.
Jason Hu with the bucket over Gibbs. And Braden Gibbs is down there, and he's only about, what, 5'7", 5'8".
Kick out to
Ferguson
cross
is in the
to
corner
Owens.
waiting.
Ferguson going to drive.
Bad pass, still picks it up. And I think it will be a foul on Oakwood.
Foul number 1, Keon Wright.
Wright's first foul of the game.
Owens on the inbound here, gets it in to Troy Coulter, and they start calling the fouls, Jared. We've seen that physicality all game. I think Butch Stidham's words are getting to the refs.
That's Plyman's third foul.
Coulter, drop step, spin move, draws the foul.
Going to go to the line for 2, and that's Plyman's fourth if it's on him. That's 4 on Plyman.
Savvy move, and you see Sam Stack, the senior, get up, and I think he's about to head in for Jack Plyman.
Got to make the free throws. That's emphasis in any level of basketball.
Yeah, and especially when you're down double digits in the fourth, Jared.
But Oak or Valley View will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
It's definitely a plus, but they're still down 13, Jared. And JT Ferguson making a 3 is a very good sign. If you can get him going, that's a rhythm for the rest of the game. But it definitely doesn't look like the Lumberjacks are 5-3 and the Spartans are 6-2 right now, Jared.
No.
These Oakwood Lumberjacks are coming out, and they're making a statement. This game is a statement in itself.
And they play the Spartans again later at their own home court later in the month, I believe.
Yeah. Well, Valley View and Oakwood is big regardless of what sport, Jared. These teams really have a history together, and especially when it comes to close games.
How many times have we called close games in football?
Phenomenal games. And I think it's really just the tough cultures of the program, you know, just the grittiness. When it comes down to it, they've never had a ton of big D1 athletes in either school, but these kids play their hearts out.
And for this last 6 minutes, 5 seconds, the only thing for sure is Valley View, they cannot trade baskets with Oakwood. They've got to force stops on the defensive end. And here they're going to come out in a full court press again.
Maxwell to Epley. Epley to Wright.
Trying to trap them.
Adjusting well to this trap. Wright open from
Pass
3.
by Maxwell over his shoulder to Wright.
And how about the patience from Keon Wright?
Epley's going to shoot a deep 3.
Epley! Jack Epley might have just put the nail in the coffin already. 5 minutes left. When you're up by this much, that's no joke. Riley back in. No good. Board by Wright. Taking it down to the fast break. Keon Wright resetting.
Dribble out.
So nice. Savvy, Jared.
Nice move there by Wright to dribble out.
Really just taking his time. 14 points, has Owens out there.
Kick out, Epley gonna drive in. Epley kicks it back out to Wright.
Almost has it open. Gonna reset with Epley. And miscommunication by Oakwood. And this possession right here, Jared, these are the possessions where you change the course of the game.
Valley View has got to score.
That's what the Spartans have failed to do, though, these big moments, is capitalize on the mistakes from Oakwood. So let's see if Stidham Spartans can get themselves back in it, revive themselves one last time. Billy Caruth taking it for the top of the key, driving in, gets him up, and Caruth puts it up, and it's good!
His first
Billy
bucket of the game.
First bucket of the game after a rough first 3 quarters. Coulter with the steal, dives on it. Hey, there's a jump ball. Troy Coulter, how about that?
Coulter was out of bounds.
Oakwood's head coach making his case.
Stidham's over here past the half-court line. He wants to get in on the action, too. He wants to yell at
Stidham's
the
been
ref.
in the game for about 5 minutes, man.
It's going to stay with the Lumberjacks.
Yep. But great hustle by Troy Coulter, sacrificing his body. But in comes Jack Plyman, has 4 fouls. So watch that, Jerry. The big 33 down low. Plyman in the corner. And Oakwood just taking their time, being very loose with the ball. Spartans down 14. Got to look to create a turnover here. Jason Hu driving. Had Maxwell in the corner, didn't see him. Kickball violation on the Spartans. Lumberjacks will retain the ball once again. 4.5 minutes, and you gotta feel a sense of urgency if you're in white, Jared.
Actually, they're going to call J.T. Ferguson for a foul. It looked like he might have grabbed him. Oakwood's going to call a timeout with 4:25 left in the game. Valley View down 14.
Lumberjack timeout, a 60-second timeout.
I don't really have an answer for what Valley View can do.
Make shots.
That's it. Make shots, force turnovers. That's as simple as that.
Well, and just simply seeing the open man. So what I see a lot of times at Valley View is tunnel vision, you know. And they only see the guy that's within their peripheral vision. So I guess try to look for the open man, you know, trying to make the extra pass. And they need to do it quick, Jared.
Yeah,
If they want to come back, they need to at least hit 2 threes. And that's something they struggle to do this game. So we'll see if they can get Ferguson going. Obviously, your player to watch, the leading scorer for this Spartans team. And such an uncharacteristic game for JT. And he's a great football player. Comes in this basketball season, has been excellent, shooting 49% from the field, 43% from 3. Just hasn't been able to get space tonight, man. And the Lumberjacks are playing good D. Like that's great, but he's been open a couple times. You know, I think it's really on his team to try to get him involved purposely. Right, up to Maxwell, back to right. Beautiful inbound play.
Give Wright 16 in the game.
And somewhere Bob Cusey is smiling, Jared. It doesn't get more fundamental than that.
Deep 3 by Ferguson's no good. Epley with the rebound. Epley's going to drive, push it up court, and he's going to be fouled by Setzer.
And Ferguson throwing up a desperation 3, but again, his team has to do a better job of getting him some space, you know. Put him on the other side of the court, you know.
That's Setzer's 4th foul.
We got to do something. Get some off-ball screens going. JT Ferguson needs to be the focal point of this offense, though, all the time.
Epley's rebound rims out, and it's going to stay with the Lumberjacks. And you see Owens just puts his hands up on his head in frustration.
Valley View just looking defeated in their demeanor. And that play was, I don't throw around the word lazy a lot, Jared. That play was kind of lazy.
Epley kicks it over to Flannery. Or no, that's Plyman.
Maxwell. And now you see Valley View with some urgency here. Gets the foul. No bucket. Foul before the shot. So I think that'll send Hu to the line for 1-and-1 now.
That's Owens' 3rd. Yes, 1-and-1 situation here for Oakwood.
3:52 left for the Spartans, and time is ticking. You got to do something big, and you got to do it fast as Hu misses it. Good sign for the Spartans here. Owens leading the break. Caruth in the corner.
Caruth can't hit a 3.
Good. Ferguson with the board.
Put back. That one might have been altered by Wright.
Yeah, I think that was blocked by Keon Wright. Hu taking it down. Trying to get the pass.
Going to be called for the foul there.
Wonder why they didn't slow it down there if you're Hu, you know? Maybe trying to avoid the press. But up 16, the Lumberjacks are pretty comfortable here, Jared. Barring a miracle, I don't see any comeback happening. The Spartans might have slightly just run out of time.
One for two from the free throw line for who?
Down 17, the Spartans are now. Owens with the three, desperation, no good, and the board by the Lumberjacks, and that might as well end it, Jared. There's 3 minutes left. I don't see Oakwood rushing any possessions. Valley View trying to get to the force a turnover, trying to do something, and I think it's going to be a blocking foul. No, there'll be a timeout
called
by Oakwood.
Oakwood timeout, a 60-second timeout.
So 3 minutes left, timeout reacting to that trap. Valley View playing with some more urgency now.
But is it too little too late?
Yeah, I think it might be, Jared, especially with just their inability to make shots. Doesn't look too promising for the Spartans coming down the stretch.
A 17-point lead for the Lumberjacks.
Huge moment as the Lumberjacks trying to tie themselves with the Valley View Spartans in the overall standings.
And conference record.
Yeah, that would put them a little bit closer. Put the Spartans at 3-2 and the Lumberjacks at 3-3. So anytime it's a rivalry, you can't call it an upset. But the Lumberjacks came in here kind of on the underdog side, you know. If you look at the statistical side of basketball, it definitely looked like the Spartans were going to pull away with this one. But great job, great adjustments, great coaching from Oakwood. And Epley's going to take this one. The Lumberjacks can play it cool.
Wright kicks it over Epley. Wisely not takes the three. Wright's going to drive. Pull up. Shot's no good. Offensive board by Plyman. Kicks it out.
Wow, what a rebound. And that resets the possession. Keon Wright fakes the three, hesitates, drives, and it's blocked by Coulter. Monstrous rejection. And such a shame for Troy Coulter. He's laid his body out this game, playing exceptional, scoring 7 points, double-digit rebounds, about 5 steals. It's an incredible game.
Definitely all over the stat sheet tonight. Wright doesn't take the layup, going to pass it out. Who?
Flannery. Oh, that's Wu.
That's who, yeah. Who's three? I was about to say Flannery's 3 seats on the bench.
Jason Hu, his second bucket of the game.
I think that's going to be a foul on Who now. Be his second. Hand check.
Foul number 3, Jason Hu.
At this point, you got 2.5 minutes left, down 20.
At the line for Valley View. Number 2, JT Ferguson, shooting 1-1.
Ferguson 1-1 with only 5 points in the game, coming in averaging almost 16.
And
what a rebound by Riley in the put. Oh, that was Coulter.
Troy Coulter almost has a double-double now. Jason Hu, Keon Wright, and it's a bucket. They are just too athletic, too skilled, too put together. The Oakwood Lumberjacks have put on a performance tonight, Jared.
Caruth pass off down low, the three-point play. We're going to go to the line for Riley.
What a bucket. Riley has his career high tonight, 10 points. Noah Riley, you're looking at a guy who averages 2.3 points per game, so definitely a game to remember for him. As senior Jack Plyman leaves the game and gets a standing ovation from his little crowd over there.
Offensive rebound, Coulter.
Coulter looking for a double-double, and he gets it. Troy Coulter has put on a performance tonight. The senior has laid it all out.
Right, up court,
Maxwell.
pass.
Flannery, easy bucket. The sense of urgency may be too little too late, Jared, just like you said. Corner.
Owens pulls up,
jumper.
shot's no good.
That's
Caruth
all
with the
air.
rebound.
Caruth
Maxwell rips it away.
Man, you got to feel bad for Billy Caruth. That's probably his 5th turnover of the game, and he was just trying to grab the rebound.
Valley View foul number 33, Noah Riley.
So a minute and a half to go. And it
Riley's
looks like
third foul.
looks like this one's etched in stone, Jared.
At the line for Oakwood, Will Maxwell shooting 2.
We talked about the possibilities of a potential comeback several times. And you see, as you see some of the backups coming into the game, Jared, you got to wonder who could have made a difference.
You just want to talk about Cade Wallace again, don't you? One more time before we leave Valley View, don't you? Caruth's going to come off the court. Cade Wallace comes back into the game. First time for Varsity.
And I really thought he could have made a difference for the three-point line, Jared. That was their weak spot tonight, and that's his strong suit. So, but you know, all coaches have different perspectives, man. So it makes the game so beautiful.
Well, from our perspective, it wouldn't have hurt to try anything. This is now back out to a 20-point lead.
Gibbs with the step-back jumper. No good. Air ball.
Riley with the rebound. And Valley View called a timeout.
Calling a timeout with a minute and a half to go with 20 down. Seems moderately questionable, but
Got to put in the rest of the bench players in, I would assume.
For sure. Maybe give them a little pep talk. They are 6-3, Jared. They're obviously a solid team. If I'm Stidham, I'm saying, hey, look at this game. Play the rest of it, thinking about what you could have done in a different situation, you know. Try to gain a positive perspective from this, because that's all you can really do now.
A lot of fundamentals going to be worked on in practice this week by the Spartans. Quite a few turnovers, a lot of open missed shots. If you're the Spartans, let's just hope Stidham isn't a coach like Samuel L. Jackson and make them run suicides for every point they lost by. Coach Carter.
That's how we used to do it in 8th grade, man. That's some really crappy practice.
In for the Spartans, number 23, Jace Brummingen, and number 4, Troy Pipes.
Can you imagine if the Knicks had to do that?
I'm faking a hamstring injury before practice every game.
Some strongly conditioned individuals. Riley takes it in. Strong take, but no good.
Who's going to drive, kicks it out to Flannery, and ball poked away. Wallace.
Good steal. Wallace running the break, gets it to Gibbs. Little extra step never hurt nobody, Jared.
The way Flannery came in, if he was a second slower, it was a block.
Makes you wonder if he could put a noop up there, you know?
Yeah. Flannery, 50 seconds left, kicks it over
Wallace
to
on the perimeter defense.
Ganal.
And Wallace with the tip, with the steal. Cade Wallace with some good defense here at the end of the game.
Cross-court pass, 3 on the way, no good. Offensive board. Riley will go to the line for 2.
Riley draws the foul, and Noah Riley has had a heck of a game.
The second half especially.
Yeah.
Lumberjack foul, number 2, Dean
He's had all of his points in the second half, actually.
shooting 2.
Riley makes the first.
You got to think he scored over half of their points in this half.
2 points for Noah Riley.
12 points in the game for Riley. Let's see. Oakwood's just going to be able to run it out here or not. No, Riley's going to play defense. Ganal had it on the court. Kicks it over to Who. Who just trying to dribble it out.
Takes it baseline. I think they're really going to try to dribble out the clock here. 10 seconds left, Jared. And
that one's going to do it.
This intense rivalry ends in a blowout here in Valley View with the Lumberjacks coming away, tying up the overall record. And how about Keon Wright tonight? Just
right.
Exceptional.
The transfer, 18 points in the game, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Definitely our player of the game, Keon Wright.
No doubt about it, Jared.
And that one is going to do it. Oakwood comes in, wins it by 16, 57-41 in our MVCC Game of the Week for the Varsity Edition. Jared Bergstrom, Jeff Allen, and the rest of Miami Valley Communications crew, thank you for watching it live with us if you did. and we'll see you next time.
That's all, folks.
You can access MVCC from your Roku. Looking at the home page, select the Add Channels option. This will take you to the Roku channel store where you can find the Search Channel option on the left side of the screen. Enter in the word Screenweave and the Cablecast icon will pop up. This is a free channel, and it is where you will find different PEG access programming, including MVCCs. Once you add the channel, you can find it on your home screen with all of your other favorites. Inside Screenweave, you will find the Miami Valley Communications Council, among other access channels. Browse through pre-recorded council meetings or check out what is happening in any of our 4 MVCC channel streams.